All right, in this video, we are going to be dissecting the marketing of the fastest growing agency in Australia and one of the best known marketing brands in the world. That is King Kong and its founder, Sabri Suby, a best selling author of this book. Now, if you're unfamiliar with them, as I said, they are a very well known agency because they grew very, very quickly through a solid understanding of direct response marketing as it applies to paid advertising on social media. How's it going? If you don't know who I am, my name is Paul Carell. I've been at this social media advertising thing for a decade now. I've had the unbelievable good fortune to work with some of the best in the business and learn from them in their teams behind the scenes. And now I'm pulling back the curtain, so to speak, and sharing with you the secrets of the big dogs so you can deploy them in your business and grow via social media marketing. So this is the first of a series I'm putting out where we're going to take a look at the biggest known entities in the marketing and business world and dissecting their marketing step by step by looking at their ads, their funnels, everything, breaking down the strategies for you again so you can deploy them in your business. If you want to be here and get those subsequent videos and even request, hey, can you break down this person or that company's marketing? You know what to do. Hit that like, follow, and notification bell below, and leave a comment so I know who to do one of these for next. Okay, so let's jump right in. I like to get right to the point here. As you can see, I got a little strategy doc outlining everything here. But first, let's take a look at the Facebook ads library. Now, of course, you can go to the Facebook ads library and look about just anybody's ad. It won't tell you exactly what's going on, right? Like their click-throughs, their opt-ins, even their ad objectives. But again, because I've been doing this for a decade, I can get a pretty good idea of what somebody's overall strategy is just by looking through their ads in here and then taking a look at the corresponding funnel pages. And that's what we've done here. So the first thing I want to go over is top of funnel. What are they serving to cold audiences to generate business right now? Okay. I really, really like Sabri's advertising. Now, this is the first ad I want to draw your attention to. Look at this thing. It's 23 minutes long. Okay. And if I hit this just real quick,
your ROAS, double AOVs, and profitably scale ad accounts from 5K to 10K to even 100.
See, I really hope that you could hear that in the audio. If you can, of course, you can always just go over to Meta, do this. Now, this ad, when I hit this, just goes right on over to here. This is the landing page. Okay, free 30-minute scaling growth map. Notice the distinct lack of a traditional funnel. There's not a lead magnet, opt-in, watch this long webinar, and then maybe you book a call. A lot of people are doing that, professional services people, high-ticket coaches, consultants, and they're noticing that that's producing diminishing returns because you're just paying too much for people to see the damn offer, okay? What Sabri's doing here is brilliant. He took basically what you would cram in a long-winded, boring hour-and-a-half webinar that nobody wants to watch, crammed it into about 20 minutes. And honestly, I've done ads like this where I've crammed it into just like 5 to 10 minutes, and it works. And he put it right in the ad. That's another thing. You don't have to opt in and then watch it. He's just like, hey, here's the information condensed down to 20 minutes right here in the ad, right? He's removing friction from the buying process, which means more people is going to see the offer for a lot less money, which means he's going to get booked calls for a lot less money, more bites at the apple for the same ad spend. I can tell you from experience that somebody that runs a strategy like this will be experiencing, getting phone calls for maybe in the neighborhood of $50 to $150, depending on your industry, B2B, B2C, all that. Right? I'd be willing to bet Sabri maybe pays $150, $200 to produce a call through this funnel. And if you think about it, again, people running traditional webinar funnels probably paying $300, $500, $600 right now when I talk to people. right? So this is a dream come true. Works really, really well. Again, short attention spans, removing the friction of a funnel, and just saying, hey, here's who we are. Here's what we do. Here's what we do it for. Interested? Let's talk. Simple. Okay? That's running top of funnel right here. Because there is always 1 to 3% of the market who's ready to go right now. So they're not going to opt in for your free thing. They're not going to sit through the webinar. They're just like, hey, listen, I'm a busy business owner. I got a problem to solve. I think you might be able to solve it. Let's talk. Right? Big spenders, they don't ruminate very long. They attack problems and they get things done quickly. Okay? Okay. So that's one. Two, let me move my ugly mug over here. I love this. Check this ad out. I love Sabri's style too. He does things with some humor and fun and great editing too. No sound, just reading it. Who do I need to kidnap before you finally book a call? Right? This call is about turning your yearly revenue into your monthly revenue, right? That's another thing, is if you want to take the time, I'm not going to do it here in the video, of course, because it gets way too long. Sabri is clearly a student of good old-fashioned direct response copywriting. His stuff really grabs you. He knows how to hit you with the big benefit, right? He knows how to speak directly to the common concerns and struggles. He knows how to speak to the ideal outcomes that you want in as compelling manner as possible. This is clearly a retargeting. So presumably, if you click something like this, or you see his offer through one of his other funnels, you go here, but you don't book a call, bam, you get this. And if I click here, it goes right back to that schedule page, right? So going back, that's clearly retargeting. Let's go back here. We got middle of funnel. Okay. I'm going to show you this messenger ad in a moment. Follow up. I'll show you a discount ad too. And the Godfather offer. The Godfather offer is what he's pitching in this guy that we were just looking at. That call. His call to action on that call is, hey, we're just going to reveal to you all our secrets, like our best performing funnel, a swipe file of our best performing ad creative, the whole bit. And we're going to take a look at your business to see if we can't do the same for you, right? That's his version of a Godfather offer, an offer so good you can't refuse. And that's what he's retargeting you with right there in the ad we just looked at. Why? Because not everybody pulls the trigger instantaneously. In fact, only, again, 1 to 3%. About 15% of the market who ends up buying is going to buy in the next 90 days, which is why you need to have both email and advertising following up with them relentlessly during that time so that you can capture 15% of the buyers rather than just 1 to 3% of the buyers. Very, very smart. Now, if you are a professional service person of any sort, you need to turn strangers from the internet into paying clients, you could take these two ads and this stupid simple landing page and be very profitable. Right? I mean, again, 50, 100, 150, maybe $200 to get somebody on a call. Straightforward, low friction, no long-winded webinars or fancy funnels required. Just do that. You can ride that up to $1 million business a year. That's what all the big dogs are doing right now. They're not doing the old school, high-ticket webinar funnels anymore. They're just not. Okay, but Sabri is a sharp guy. He's not just doing, hey, I own an agency and a consultancy. He's doing some other very interesting stuff that I like. I like that he takes ideas like this. Let's take a look at this and get this out of the way.
This is the $1 billion Black Tiger strategy that Kylie Cosmetics used to do over $400 million in sales in their first 18 months.
So he's talking about Kylie Jenner's e-commerce ad because this ad is clearly focused at e-commerce store owners, and it goes to, you guessed it, that same consultation. So Sabri is very, very smart. He's creating specific ads for specific segments of his market so he can talk directly to their goals and challenges, right? It's not just one generic shotgun approach. There's another one down here. Let me see. Let's try this one. Nope, that's his retargeting again. Or no, that doesn't look like a retargeting. Let me see. Nope, it's the same one. Yep, that's his retargeting. Fantastic. Let's look at another.
Or even a million. I used this funnel in 1,067 different niches to generate over $7.8 billion in sales. And today, as a total and blatant shameless bribe, I'm going to give it to you for free.
There you go. That's his Godfather offer. Once again, same idea. Hit this right to there, right? But he's not talking about e-commerce in this one. He's talking about a funnel for professional service providers, right? That could be high-ticket coaches. That could be somebody in more conventional brick and mortar spaces like a mortgage broker, whatever. Okay, again, very smart, different ads targeting different segments of his market with the same offer, right? Okay, now let's talk about info product. Let's talk about self-liquidating offers, because as you know, he wrote this book, which I'm a big fan of. Actually, he breaks down marketing in a very simple way, targeted at primarily service business type owners, that I think is just like really relatable, step by step, easy to implement. If you haven't read that book, I would recommend it. I really like it. I thought he did a great job. Okay, let's take a look here. I think this is one of them.
This is Prime and this is Gatorade. And all you have to do, God, it's a result before. Once you have this system,
Right. Same thing there. I want to find one of his ads selling. Wait. Before we go to the ads selling the book, because that's what I was looking for here. Take a look at this. This is a nice little retargeting ad that goes to Messenger. You see this? Send message. Your $9,803 discount is set to expire soon. Hey, Sabri here. Thanks again for ordering my book. Okay, so we're going to look at that book funnel in a moment. But again, middle of funnel, following up. This is the Messenger ad I was mentioning earlier. Let's jump in here and look at this a little bit more. Okay, so we cruise down, and it's just like, hey, send a message. Now, this is something you're going to see a lot more going forward. Not too much more to see in here. Why Messenger? Because everybody answers their freaking messages. Maybe 15, 30% of people will open your email, but it's like 80, 90%. If you send them a message in Messenger or DMs, they're at the very least, they're going to see it for sure. And there's a much higher probability they are going to reply. And the reason why you do this is I guarantee he's got setters sitting behind this all day, every day. As soon as somebody replies to that, says, hey, I want the cool bonus thing, that setter is going to be like, hey, great, so-and-so, thanks for reaching out. What kind of business are you in? Oh, I'm in this kind of business. Awesome. What kind of revenue are you doing? Oh, we're doing this much. What's your ad budget? In other words, the setter is going to engage in a person-to-person conversation, qualify that person, book them into a sales call, right? Brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. If you're running lead magnets, top of funnel cold audiences, going the Messenger route works really, really well too, because again, people check Messenger a lot more than they check email. You can get into a conversation with somebody, qualify them, and book them into a sales call for a lot less money. Great strategy to deploy, not just for retargeting the way you see Sabri using it here, but as a just standalone strategy. You can just run a lead magnet like this, have conversations with people, move them towards a call. All right, this is another one. I want to look at this one. Am I at the bottom yet? No, I'm not. Okay. Same exact copy. You see that? This is a retargeting. Hey, how's it going? Long copy, very well written copy. Again, study what he's doing. I really, really like that he's just a very good copywriter. And here we go. Okay, this is our first liquidator offer. I was looking for the book, but we came up on his plug and play sales funnel. This is a $197 product. Pretty freaking cool. Long form sales letter, very nicely done. Not going to bore you with that. Let's look at the book as well. All right, book. Let me go to the top and look at our offer. It's probably a free plus shipping. Woo, that's long, but look at all this social proof. Social proof, social proof, social proof. Okay, rush me a free copy. Yeah, so it's a free plus shipping offer. Of course, once you take the initial offer, another clever thing I want to show you, go all the way back down to the bottom. It's a two-step order form. So what a lot of people do is they'll fill their contact information out, hit claim my special offer, and maybe they don't follow through and buy, but they've still become a lead. So then he'll have follow-up processes on the back end, no doubt. A lot of people do that. Cart abandonment is a thing. So that's kind of clever. Kind of turns it into a lead magnet too at the same time. But anyways, after you buy this book, I know from experience that you're going to get an order bump and an upsell set for additional resources. Like, hey, you want us to break down what we did in the book in a video course, downloadable SOPs, blah, 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 blah. And the whole idea behind that is, well, why the hell would somebody just give a book away and pay shipping and handling? There's no way they're doing that profitably running ads. And that's true if all they were selling is the book, but the order bump and the upsells on the back end, of course, raise their average order value to the point where it either breaks even or turns a small profit on the front end. And what did they just do? They acquired a customer for free or at a small profit. They've grown their database. They got paid to grow their database. And they know that they're going to follow up that database relentlessly to find all the real business owners that might buy either their high ticket consulting package or their even higher ticket done for you agency services, right? So that's why these types of offers are absolutely brilliant, because they're getting paid to get paid. Okay, this is an advanced strategy. This is something you want to do when you are already well established, because as counterintuitive as it would seem, testing, tweaking, and getting a funnel like this up running, building out all the info product for it and testing and tweaking until it's at a break even or profitable, it does take time. It's going and a substantial ad spend. So it's not something that you want to do right out of the gate. A lot of people say, oh, it must be easier to sell a low ticket thing. I'll figure that out. I'll be able to liquidate ad costs. And then I'll sell something high ticket to my, to my list. Unless you're spending $10K a month north on ads, you don't have the time or money to get a funnel like this up and running and profitable. Okay? You just don't. Do what I said at the beginning of the video. Just run the straight up, hey, here's what we do, here's what we do it for, and run them straight to something like this, because it's just a lot less work. You can deploy it much quicker. And because you're selling a high ticket service, especially if it's a reoccurring B2B service, your margins to play with are a lot easier than a free plus shipping or a $200 info product, right? I mean, how hard is it to run ads profitably if you're selling $2, $3, $5,000 versus $2, $3, $500, right? It's a bit counterintuitive, but if you're just starting off, only do this. This stuff, the self-liquidating offers, fantastic. Love them for my established business owners, but not until you're, I'd want you to be doing at least maybe 50K a month in revs. Like I said, spending 10K a month minimum on ads before you even think about doing something like this. Okay. All right. So that's enough rambling. Let me see. Did I go all the way down to the book ads? Here we go. There we go. See? Got a bunch. Look at, we got some social proof going on. Hey, I'm on the podcast. Look at all these people winning awards with my stuff. Here's me and presumably the wife. Beautiful. Good stuff, right? Again, this stuff is just going to those liquidator offers. So you can see he's running something like 28 ads, I think it was, altogether. Yeah. I mean, not an incredible uh, amount of ads, not incredible amount of complexity here. Okay, so let's break it down. Top of funnel, directly to strategy call, ads to liquidator offers. Again, start here, do this liquidator offer stuff once you're established. Why? 1 to 3% of the people in any given market are ready to buy right now. They're not going to sit through a long-winded webinar or funnel. Don't make them wait. Let them buy from you now. Middle of funnel. Fortune is in the follow-up. 50% of the people, 15% of any given market. It's going to take about 90 days to come to a buying decision. Obviously, you can follow up via email, and I suggest that you do. It's very, very profitable. But obviously, you're going to want to retarget people through paid ads, as you see Sabri doing, because it's a no-brainer. It's super duper cheap. Retargeting ads usually get the highest return on ad spend of any ad you're going to run in your ecosystem. Bottom of funnel, email follow-up. Once again, retargeting the ad directly to the strategy call. Okay, so he's not just retargeting people to the low ticket info product stuff. He's retargeting people with the big offer with, hey, let's have a strategy session. Let's talk about working together. Guarantee he's running this ad bottom of funnel to all his warm audiences. Because again, 80 to 85% of the people who will eventually buy in any market are going to buy sometime within the next 18 months. That's a year and a half, folks. Okay, so if you're only running ads top of funnel and grabbing that top 1 to 3% that are ready to go right now, you are missing out on 80, 85% of your potential clientele. And Sabri knows this. Another thing that I want to point out is he doesn't have them live right now, but Sabri has run a lot of just good old-fashioned lead magnets. And I've seen he's had lead magnets around, here's how to run ads on social media, and here's how to optimize your website and blog for search engine optimization. In other words, they create free reports around different services their agency offers, right? Because they know, obviously, if somebody opts in for something on how to run ads, well, they're looking to run ads. And then guess what they see the moment you opt in for anything with Sabri, right? And including these funnels, I'm not going to go buy this right now to show you this, but I guarantee in these funnels here, and I can tell you from experience by looking at his old school lead magnet funnels, the thing you see on the very next page is, you guessed it, it's a page that looks just like this with his Godfather offer, this video on it. All right. And that's another valuable lesson. If you're running old school lead magnets, great. Run it. But don't give them, again, a long-winded webinar on the thank you page, or don't just say, hey, thanks for opting in. Here's your free thing. Go check your email. No. Make them an offer. Make them an offer that gets them to take next step towards working with you, and do so in as a compelling manner as possible. And again, this video is a perfect example of that. And I can tell you from before, that's been his approach. Like, hey, here's I think it was like 11 things you must know about running social media ads, something like that. Free PDF, really standard stuff. And then right on the second page, this video with this call to action. Okay? So that's the strategy, my friends. All right. So let's break it down. If you are a service person, because that's who I generally work with, high ticket coaches, consultants, people more conventional brick and mortar service businesses, that's what you want to do. Here's what we do. Here's who we do it for. Here's a little social proof. Let's talk. Send them straight here. That's the first ad you want to put up. You're going to run that ad to cold audiences. You're going to run that ad to warm audiences. Anybody that interacts with that ad, goes to that page but does not book, you're going to hit them up with follow-up ads, right? Retargeting ads. Show them more social proof. Add more value by teaching them a little something, and then invite them again. Again, 80% of the market is going to take a good year and a half or somewheres within there to make a buying decision, and you need to be in front of them the entire time. Now, before we go, I think you could take this strategy and run with it. But I want to share one thing that I would do a little bit differently. or not necessarily differently. What I would do in addition to Sabri's approach here, and something that I like to do is running content distribution, right? So Sabri's clearly doing all conversion focused ads, driving directly to a desired outcome. But Sabri, as you can see, again, great copywriter, has great editors, puts out really cool content. What I would want to do is I would take his top performing organic content, 5, 10, probably 20 pieces, because he is very prolific, and I would run them using just an engagement, video viewer engagement type objective to both cold and warm audiences with no other intention other than to just get them consumed. Because we know now that it takes 7 to 10 touch points to get somebody to buy generally. And a new study out from Google shows that people generally consume up to 7 hours of content on 4 different platforms before they make a buying decision. So spending a minuscule amount of money, say 10-20% of your total ad budget, on simply getting content consumed by both new people and people who are already within your ad ecosystem will just lower the cost per lead, speed up the sales cycle, and make people far more likely to say yes on that sales call simply because they know who the hell you are, they've consumed your content, they understand your unique value, and they trust that you can help them. So that's probably the only thing I would do in addition to what Sabri's doing here. It's a small note. Obviously, he's doing really, really well and doesn't need my help. But if I were you and what I do for myself and my clients, again, it just makes sales faster and cheaper when you're running a little bit of content distribution. Other than that, I think his approach is absolutely brilliant. If you have questions, ideas, people you want me to cover in another video like this and break down, their marketing strategies, put them below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I love new ideas, becoming aware of new people that I can go dissect for you. Thanks for watching. Again, if you want to get more videos like this, be sure to follow, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.